Hello, clever people, and welcome to my review for Ocean's 8. So Ocean's 8 has a huge cast that I'm not going to try to name because there's just so many people, but it includes the likes of Helena Bonham Carter, Mindy Kaling, Sandra Bullock. It includes a lot of people, and it follows the story of this woman whose name is Debbie Ocean, I believe, and she was kicked out of jail. Well, she wasn't kicked out. She served her time. She's out of jail now. And she said that she wants to live a normal life, but she ends up getting involved with some crime, and she decides that what she wants to do is get a gang of 8 women together, or 7 women that turns into 8, to try and infiltrate this event that's going on, where it's similar to the Oscars, but imagine just the red carpet of it. It's just a lot of rich people displaying really nice dresses and that kind of stuff. And Anne Hathaway's character has this one necklace on that's made of tons of diamonds. It's like 6 carats of diamonds or something, and it's worth $150 million. So what the women are trying to do is steal it and deconstruct it so that they're able to take it out of there. So Ocean's 8 is a spin-off of the original Ocean's trilogy, which was directed by Steven Soderbergh. The original trilogy included Oceans 11, 12, and 13, and starred the likes of George Clooney and Matt Damon, and those are movies I have not seen. I saw the first 15 minutes of Ocean's 11 and then my DVD failed and I wasn't able to watch it, and I just haven't really had a whole lot of interest to go back. I hear that they're entertaining movies, but I've just never seen them. So this is really my first exposure to an Ocean's film. Going into this, I had really low expectations just because I had nothing to expect. Like I said, I had no previous franchise fatigue or franchise excitement. There was nothing really going for this movie. All I knew was that it had some fairly okay reviews and that I heard it was a lot of fun. And I really just wanted a fun movie because I just finished school and I want stuff that isn't all that stressful. And that's what I got with Ocean's 8. This movie is not perfect, it is heavily flawed, and I will get into that. But in the end, this movie does have a really fun second act and a fairly fun third act. The biggest issue with this movie is the first act, because that entire time, the only thing that the movie is doing is building up to the actual event, the actual, stealing of the necklace. And up to that point, they don't do a whole lot other than set up situations. The thing is, this movie doesn't have character development or character personality. And those are the two things to really make your movie strong. I don't think development is absolutely necessary for a lot of characters. In fact, I think development can actually hurt characters. For example, Han Solo. With Star Wars coming out, that was a lot of development, but it wasn't necessary, and really, his character had enough personality to account for the fact that we didn't know where he came from or that type of thing, so we just didn't need to know that. And you can go the route of character personality if you're going that way. You can also go with character development, the more traditional way, where you develop a character, their emotions, and everything like that. The biggest issue with Ocean's 8 is that it does neither one of these. All of the women hardly have any personality. The only character that they give slight development to is Sandra Bullock's character, because the whole movie focuses on her and you see her at the beginning and you understand her motives for stealing and you understand kind of who she is. You can kind of give a light character explanation, but all the rest of them, I hardly knew anything about them. I knew nothing about their personalities and I knew a little bit about their backstories, but really, I can't explain their characters. The only thing I could explain to you is what they did on the mission. That's the only thing that they're recognizable by, which is never a good thing when you're trying to develop a movie with a lot of strong female characters or a movie that seems pretty reliant on characters. This is why the first act struggles a lot. But when you get to the second act and even into the third act, the movie just becomes fun. That involves the robbery and the aftermath, and both of them are really fun to watch because they're both very sneaky and they're both very complicated, and it's just fun to see happen on screen. It's a little bit unbelievable, but that's fine because you kind of need to go into this movie and just suspend reality. It's just a fun movie and it's a really entertaining movie, and it's not anything like spectacular, and it definitely is forgettable, and it doesn't really have a reason for tying itself to the Ocean's franchise other than the name and money that can be made from that name. But besides that, it's not a horrible movie. It's actually quite entertaining, and I think that it would be enjoyable for a lot of people. The performances in it are fairly strong. There are weak players, obviously, but they're all experienced actresses, and even though they aren't given a lot, they are fairly good in their performances, and they deliver lines very well. And the movie does keep a basic level of intrigue throughout, so that I was only really bored in the beginning. But beyond that, Ocean's 8 isn't anything special, but it doesn't really need to be. It's just an entertaining movie to try to kick off the summer for a lot of people. For me, it was kicking off the summer, and again, I just wanted something that wasn't all that stressful and was just fun to watch, and thankfully that's what we got. I will give Ocean's 8 a 6 out of 10. Alright, that concludes my review for Ocean's 8. So, what are your thoughts on this film, or what do you think of the original Ocean's trilogy? Comment in the comment section below and let me know. I'm Robert Burke, and this has been The Clever Critics. Goodbye.